Employment levels crawl upward. A pair of industry show reports, construction optimism abounds, and the hidden goodies of the Super Bowl stadium. That and more on Construction News Tracker, brought to you by Caterpillar. As growth in the nation's jobs rate appears to be slowing, construction managed to add 18,000 jobs in January, and the unemployment rate remains at 8.5%, a 17-year low. AGC analyzed the government figures, concluding January was off from the heady pace of the last 3 months of 2015. The association attributes the decline to a couple of key areas: non-residential construction, or the continuing inability of contractors to find qualified skilled workers. Still, 6.6 million were employed in the field last month, the highest since December of 2008. And economist Ken Simonson says contractors remain optimistic for a solid 2016. He also points out that nearly twice as many U.S. metro areas added workers last year as there were losing jobs. Despite continued economic pressures, construction will continue its growth pattern. As similar to those who attended the National Pavement Expo at Charlotte recently, optimism was in the air at the event, as Pavement Management and Reconstruction magazine editor Alan Haydorn reports.
This year is our largest conference program ever. We had a number of sellout rooms, including our largest room was over 300 people with Brad Humphrey talking about how to make quality your employees' number one obsession. In addition, we explored a number of new avenues, including a half-day small contractor startup boot camp that Jeff Stokes handled for us, and that was also a sellout session, and a new full-day conference that Brad led on leadership. In addition to half of our sessions being management, we had the other half of our sessions are all technical based, whether it's paving, seal coating, striping, or sweeping. And some of our best attended sessions are our paving related sessions. A couple of those led by John Ball of Top Quality Paving. John does a 3-hour best practices workshop, which is always well attended, and he's added a compaction session and a solving the paving puzzle video focus session, which was probably the highest attended paving session of the program. The full conference program was a good complement to our exhibit floor, which is the largest floor in the history of NPE's 31 years. So conference attendees certainly had a lot of places where they could spend their time once they were done with their education.
Demobilization is a rare term used by a contractor, but that's what DeVere Construction of Michigan says it's been forced to do in North Carolina. Company President Richard Crittenden says that state's DOT claims process is broken. NCDOT counters by claiming DeVere is in default of its deal covering 4 major highway projects. It's an unfortunate set of circumstances that most likely will be resolved by the bonding company and/or the courts. Following the collapse February 5th of a crawler crane in New York City, that mayor has implemented new safety measures at construction sites in the Big Apple. Minimum wind standards for cranes has always been noted, and the Tribeca incident that killed one person was operating within guidelines while being lowered when the accident occurred. Nonetheless, the new mayor's new edict will require all cranes to now be secured, residents notified when moved or placed in safe mode when wind speeds exceed 20 miles an hour. And the fine amount being increased from $4,800 to $10,000 per event. The National Asphalt Pavement Association has just completed its meeting in Southern California, and our Asphalt Contractor magazine editor Lisa Cleaver provides us an update.
Hi, this is Lisa Cleaver, editor of Asphalt Contractor magazine. I am coming at you from the National Asphalt Pavement Association's annual conference in La Quinta, California. This conference is always a great place to come together to share ideas, network, and discuss the issues facing the asphalt industry. The big topic of conversation this year was the recently passed highway bill, also known as the FAST Act. It was a top priority for many in our industry. Incoming NAPA Chairman Kevin Kelly of Walsh & Kelly had this to say in his opening remarks. For the first time in a decade, we have a long-term highway bill, but our work in Washington is not over. We have to watch at the state and federal levels how the FAST Act is implemented, and we still need to secure a stable funding system. This mood was reflected by many attendees. The feeling is one of security, that there are dollars available to the industry for projects, yet there's a lot of frustration that the amount of funding is level and that there's no long-term sustainable funding. We caught up with Amy Miller, the National Director of the Asphalt Pavement Alliance, and she had this to say about the FAST Act. What do you think the FAST Act will do for the asphalt road building industry?
Well, the FAST Act gives us solid road funding opportunities. So now we know what's coming, but we also know that there's the opportunity for money to be diverted to local municipalities. They're going to have more ability to decide how money is spent at the local level. So while this is a great opportunity in terms of knowing the money's coming, we also know that we need to do some work in terms of making sure that money is appropriated for our industry.
Another hot topic was pavement performance and improving quality and market share of asphalt pavements. With the amount of recycled materials increasing in mixes, NAPA wants to be a leader in ensuring quality pavement performance and innovation. Overall, it was an energized conference. Lots of great ideas and tools were shared. Until next time, this is Lisa Cleaver signing off.
If you were among the millions that viewed the 50th annual Super Bowl, there's plenty of Levis Stadium you didn't see. It's the first NFL stadium to carry the Gold LEED certification. It contains 3 NRG energy bridges, 1 NRG solar terrace, reclaims 87% of all water used, has 1,150 solar panels, and can push out 375 kilowatts of peak power. Levi's Stadium also has a 2,700 square foot roof garden. And all of the wood used in those high-dollar suites, well, it was reclaimed from a former dirigible airship hangar. Over 60% of all consumer waste generated in the stadium is recycled. Finally, we close on this note. Life is change, growth is optional. Choose wisely. This is Construction News Tracker, looking over the industry that makes the world a better place, presented by Caterpillar and produced by 4constructionpros.com. We are all over social media as well. Facebook at /4constructionpros, Twitter using hashtag Construction News, and YouTube using 4constructionpros, as the streaming web never ends.